Okay, we're live now. So, welcome back to the channel. And if you're here, if you're new here, thank you. Thank you for clicking this video. And yeah, and if you're a returnee, welcome back, and welcome back. So, since just so you know, I'm also live streaming here and I'm also filming here. So just so you know. And I don't know if you could hear me. No, maybe not. So, anyway, so there's a message here about illusion and the real. So let's see what's going on about the illusion and the real. What's the specific message about the illusion and the real? But I feel like in today's time, it's easy for us to be disillusioned with what we think is real, and because the surroundings, I mean, in today's time, it's so easy for us to be too disillusioned by the facts that we think are facts, because of, like, people nowadays people nowadays, you and me included, we're because of too much information that is circulating around us. It's easy for us to be fooled by the information that we receive and consume. But because we like to consume a lot, of things, then it's easy for us to feed our minds with anything that we think is true, because we think that what is true is what is true. I don't know if you could understand. I don't know if you can understand what I'm trying to say. Is like, please bear with me. It's like in today's time. So let me say that again. So just to rephrase that, just to make sure that my point is understood. It's like in today's time, it's easy for us to be disillusioned by the things that we think is true, because people treat it as the truth without really considering what is actually true to the situation, to the events, to whatever it is. And because we, as human beings, it's normal for us to just hear and listen to what we think is true and what is right for us, while rejecting the uncomfortable side of it, the uncomfortable facts, because we refuse to listen to what we don't want to hear. Then it makes us susceptible to becoming biased and becoming vulnerable to ideologies, vulnerable to any manipulative tactics, because of this illusion that we see all around us. And because everything around us, we're surrounded by information, it's easy for us to be away from the real, away from what is true to us. Because there's a lot of distractions, a lot of things that could stop us from believing, listening to our truth. There are a lot of things that could prevent us from connecting our present self, our past self, our future self. It's easy for us to be disillusioned from the truth because of the lies that we think is the truth, just because of the number of people that supports it, because of like because we don't want to hear what is true, because it hurts. And because it hurts, we don't want to hear it. And because we don't want to hear it, we fail to receive that truth. And it makes us susceptible then from disillusionment manipulative tactics, makes us weak spiritually. This era makes us really spiritually misguided, energetically weak, because we're so disconnected. We're so disconnected from ourselves. We're so disconnected from the things that we really want to do, from the things that truly mean to us, from the hobbies and activities that gives us pleasure, that we love. It's trace up because of this disillusionment and the illusion of the truth that we see within our surroundings. We are being strayed away from our family, who truly mean to us. Because of the pride and glory, that comes along with this illusion. Because when you support something, it gives you that feeling of sense of belongingness, sense of conformity, sense of becoming cool. It looks cool. It feels good to be like, hey, bro, yo, you are one of us. Sorry, it's really cool. Anyway, so it's like, it's nice. It's so easy. It's so easy for us to like, because of the sense of belongingness, we like to belong into something. We like to belong to something. It's easy for us to embrace that particular culture, embrace that particular ideology, for example, that principle and facts, their facts, and while ignoring, neglecting, shutting down our truths, because by listening to it, it means disharmony, chaos, not being able to belong, because all of us, many of us, are afraid to be alone. We don't want to be alone. Who wants to be alone? Right? No man is an island, they say. So, well, it's a normal tendency for us to conform. It's a normal tendency for us to give way and sweep things under the rug because of this illusion. It's easy to embrace illusion than embrace the real. Because embracing the real means accountability for the mistakes that you've done in the past. It means changing habits like smoking, drinking, drugs, sex, whatever. Being real means being the black sheep, means being the bad guy. It means being the bee, the ass. So it's not really easy to be real, especially these days when we love to lie to ourselves. We love to lie to ourselves and tell ourselves, oh, we're fine, we're okay, we're doing fine. But deep inside, there's a clear disconnection. There's a clear disconnection because there's illusion. We like to believe, we like to stick to the illusion because the illusion makes us feel good. Right? It makes us feel like we belong to something. It makes us feel loved and cared, even if it's toxic. Right? So, what else do we have on the table? Let's see what you have here. So we have 1, 5, 2, and 1. There's a lot of 1. There's an emphasis of 1 in the dice. Okay. So what 1 means? So there's an emphasis of 1 here. So that means there is a calling, although we're surrounded by these distractions and a lot of, you could say, peer pressure, social conformity, there's a calling, there's like the little whisper inside you is telling you that why not go silent? Why not go inward? Why not go alone? There's a sense of, it's a little whisper, it's a calling for you to find a way to get out of this matrix find a way out of this illusion, to get to the real things, to receive the real things, to experience the real things, to experience the real, and to be authentic. And what does that mean? You have to go inward, and going inward means you have to go solo, because you can't bring your mother inside you. You can't bring your spouse inside you. Like, the only person who can access inside you is you. I mean, you can't bring me into your heart. I mean, like, it's just you. It's a conversation between you and God, let's say, you and the universe. This conversation belongs to you and the universe, you and God. So I'm not involved. Your mother is not involved. Your spouse is not involved. Your boyfriend is not involved. So it's like, why not go solo? Why not go solo? You don't have to be hermit. You don't have to embrace hermetic life and be a hermit and just be antisocial, entirely. And it's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, like, even in the midst of social conformity and peer pressure, there's nothing wrong with listening to yourself, listening to what your heart is saying, listening to what your soul is saying, and do something about your heartaches, pains, whatever. Because illusion, because what I feel about the illusion is, like, because of the fear. And because of the fear, this is fear of abandonment, fear of not being able to belong, and it's rooted from, like, this is like rooted from childhood, it could be. And because it could be rooted from childhood, there's really a strong fear when we feel like we don't belong to something. There's a strong fear of not really being able to receive love and care when you can give it to yourself. Like, why seek external validation? Why seek external love and care when you can give it to yourself? But because you believe so much from the illusion that you cannot give that same love and care to yourself just as much as you give to others, you just you rather throw away what is inside you. You rather not listen to what your heart and heart and soul are trying to say, just because you want to conform, you want to belong, because you don't want to go through that processing of your fears of abandonment. Because like, this illusion involves not being fear of non-conformity, fear of being unique, fear of embracing oneself, fear of not being able to self-identify. Because when you self-identify, like, it's like you become the black sheep. I mean, you stand out too much. And when you stand out too much, all eyes are on you. And when you have all eyes on you, then you become the what? The witch. Yeah, right? Like, you become the witch. And because, like, this is something that we don't like to feel, it's easy for us to just conform. And rather conform, embrace someone's ideology because it feels right to us, true to us, I mean. Although it's not really deep down, deep within, it's not really sounding right. And there's also a call for change. And, like, there's a silent call inside you that you need to change. Because in the end, you want, because we have 5 here in the dice, right? So we have 5 in the dice. So aside from ones, we have 5 and 2. So it's like there's an emphasis of being introspective. There's an independence, introspection, isolation, and this is a quick change. This is like 5 means, in numerology, 5 means change. And change is uncomfortable. Change is like very uncomfortable thing, because not all of us are really welcoming change in our lives, because we feel we would rather stay in our comfort zone rather than embracing the truth and facing the truth, and that means welcoming change. We're not really willing, and we're not really willing to accept change, although that change will bring us connections, friendships, real connections, because two in numerology, that means like partnership, collaboration, marriage. It could be like, there's a sense of like, it's not just you already have another one. So that means holy dichotomy. They call it the divine polarity. That means ugly, beautiful. You have black and white. You have yin and yang. You have heaven and earth. You have external, internal. The external can't exist without internal. Beautiful can't exist without ugly. Fat can't exist without thin. So, and like the respect of it. And because this is what we all desire. I mean, human beings are designed to be to thrive in communities. Okay, that's how we survived. That's how we survived over millennia, across time. No matter what Mother Gaia has given us, our ancestors have survived. No matter what cataclysms, no matter what destructions have occurred on Earth, be it either natural disasters or man-made disasters, we have all survived. We survived because we help each other hand in hand. Okay, we help each other hand in hand, and because we help each other hand in hand, that means we need each other. Okay, we need each other to move forward in life, to proceed to the next chapter in life. But in today's time, it's easy to believe that this connection is an old thing. It's an like, because all of us, because now we have computers in our hands. As our mobile phones improved over time, we believe that we have computers in our hands. And because we have computers in our hands, that means like it's easy for us to believe that we can do everything on our own. And really not really being able to connect deeply to one another. And it contrasts it's so ironic, because that's how we are today. Like, we're so disconnected from one another, yet we're so connected. But we are connected in a toxic way. We are connected in a way where we just believe what we want to believe. We don't have the capability to hear diversity, to hear diverse opinions without hurting each other. We are now at the point where we cannot swallow someone's diverse opinion, different opinions, although we human beings by default, we really need a sense of barangay, a sense of community, a sense of family. But because of the illusion that is going on around us, what's going on in my mouth? It's like, it's easy for us to believe that we know what we know, while disregarding, let's say, the elders, disregarding our parents, disregarding whatever, because what we truly believe is what we believe. It makes us dogmatic, So, but then in the end, no matter what happens, we need each other. We need each other to survive. We need each other in marriage. You need a partner. It takes two to tango. And even in friendships, it can't be one-sided, right? And in today's time, like for example, like community or civilians versus government, it becomes a versus government instead of and. You know, we are now in the phase where instead of, like, we're so connected because of the internet and all, we're so interconnected because of the internet, but we're so disconnected in a way where we really don't want to listen. Okay, we just believe what we think is true, what we believe is true, instead of looking at the facts. Excuse me. Instead of looking at the facts, we just believe on what we want to believe. Okay, so what else? I don't know if you can understand the message so far, but yeah, that's like one of the things that's highlighted today in today's message. What else? So we have Scorpio, second house, and Venus. Ew. Yeah, your sense of stability, like how, like second house means your house of possessions and materialistic possessions. So that means your house, your career, not really career, but the material possessions that comes along with your career. If you have a good career, if you have a good job, then yeah, you have a good sense of, you can pay your bills, you can pay your rent and all. But in terms of this message, wherein there's this highlight of illusion and the real, there is a call, Scorpio. There's a Scorpio there. Scorpio. There. Is it Scorpio there? There. There. Okay. Scorpio energy. This is death and regeneration. Scorpio is about death and regeneration. It's about extremes. Highs and lows, black and white. And it's about transformation or destruction. So you see the holy dichotomy, the divine polarity. So you have destruction, you have transformation. So you can't have transformation if you don't have destruction first. You cannot have peace if you don't have war. So war must happen first before the peace. Because not everyone, humans need some war to learn the lesson. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. They need to have, they need to feel pain, okay? They need to feel pain to learn something. Just like how we learned with the First World War. UN will not be there if there was no Holocaust happen. I mean, if there was no World War II, there would be no UN, there would be no NATO, there would be no advocates for human rights, So something has to happen in such a way that we all can remember and like remember the lesson, okay? And in your life, in our lives, you don't have to have we don't have to have that much of that destruction. But in a micro scale, let's say in our life, it's like something has to die. Something has to die. Something has to be destroyed. Something about you has to be destroyed. Something has to break apart. Something has to collapse. Something has to collapse for something new. Because Venus, okay, so Venus means like this is the energy of beauty, okay, of like, how do you express love? Venus is about love, beauty, and how, like, if, let's say, if Belle is Sagittarius, then Venus would be like what? Cinderella, Snow White, Aurora. So like, instead of fighting against the beast, yeah, because Belle has a masculine energy there, so she saves her father. She saves. She fought against the beast and eventually marrying him and whatever. Then you have the Venusian expression of love, where you have receiving the true love's kiss. Receiving or giving love, like how Cinderella offers her love for family even in the most turbulent ways. So she receives it from her stepmothers, stepsisters and stepmother. But she still offers that same love to the birds, to wherever she was. She was so in love with her life. Although life can be trashy, life can be shitty, but still, she still romanticized her life. So we have two energies here, Scorpio and Venus. Okay, so and then you have second house. So that means something has to break apart. Okay, there must be chaos to have peace. There must be something that will be destroyed. So that means illusion must be destroyed. Illusion must be destroyed to get to the real thing. So let's say if you're in a relationship and you don't actually like your boyfriend, the illusion there is like, I love my boyfriend. I still like, we've been together for 12 years and, we celebrated each other's birthdays, anniversaries, and, like we really have celebrated each other's, whatever. But the real thing is, you're falling out of love. So now something has to break apart. Something has to come out. Something has to collapse for the real thing to come. Otherwise, you'll continue living in the illusion and not being able to live the real life that you want to live for the rest of your life, just because you fear the truth. You fear the real thing. And because we fear the real thing, then we're losing the chances to find true love. Losing the chances to find stability that gives us growth. Because second house, this also gives me, because of the two of numerology, because of the two, it gives me that give and take relationship. So it doesn't have to be in a relationship, with a person. It could be a relationship to a career, relationship to your craft, relationship to your whatever, relationship, give and take. Does your job fulfills you? Since you offer your energy to this job, does that job fulfill you? But because of the illusion of belongingness, you rather stay in that job because you fear disappointments. You fear disillusionment. You fear the real job that you like, because you fear the what ifs. You fear the disappointments, the consequences. You fear what is really. You would rather stick to the status quo. You would rather stay with the mediocre because you fear. Okay? Fear. Lots of fear. But actually, what's in your heart? What's actually on your heart? What's in your heart? Because I feel like there's you actually want to be alone, in a sense where you don't have to be physically alone, but you can. You can pray, meditate. Being alone doesn't have to be you have to live in an island solo for 365 days, and your family and friends can't reach you unless they have to ride a boat. And then they have to ride another ship, a ferry or whatever, and they have to make sure the weather is right before they can even visit you. That's not the point. Although you can. But that's not the point. The point is, balance. You can be with people, and there will be times that you will be alone, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the point that what matters is that you are not losing what is real because of an illusion. You know, like you can really just sacrifice the truth just because you fear. Yeah, but yet you're willing to forgive, but yet oh, the grammar people. But yet I am forgiving myself. You're actually willing to forgive yourself. Okay. And yeah, it's really like forgiveness. Okay, if you realize that you are doing this to yourself, you're doing this for your family, if you realize that you have this destroying, damaging, because Scorpio is about destruction, Scorpionic energy is about destruction, so it's also like you caused someone's life harm, or you tore someone's life apart. Or is there a need for sorry? There is a need for sorry. There is a need for you to be sorry to yourself and to others. Not because like you self-pity. I mean, this is not about self-pitying. This is about you being able to let go of that unawareness. Okay, because you were unaware. So now there's a call for you to be aware of it, aware of what you're doing. And there's a calling for you. And you see, aside from that, I also noticed that this number is 69. This card has 69. So that means like Cancer. Cancer is home. And which then, this is about home. Being like Cancer is an expression of like cancers in general. The energy. The Cancerian energy is about home, being able to provide a home, being able to build a family. Okay? How can you build a family, a sense of family, a sense of home, if you yourself is just filling your mind with illusion, living your life in inauthenticity? How can you offer love to your family, to yourself and others, if you're not really willing to even fill that cup first? You know? And by doing that, how can you do that? So you can forgive yourself by starting off by finding joy in the smallest of things. You can find love in small things because this is real. Okay? Okay, like what you see in the social media can be real or not. You can still debate if this content is produced by AI or not. 3333 on a timestamp. So like it's easy for us to like, okay, this could be real or not. But what is in front of us, what is in front of you right now, that's real. Clutter, scrolling more to distract oneself, comparing, comparing our truths with others instead of standing by the truth. And we tend to succumb to disillusionment instead of being in love with our truth, and being in love with our uniqueness. Because we fear so much, we fear this because of this fear of being a bee, fear of whatever, like lots of fear. But there's actually need for change. And this is like, since we're now at the end, and by the way, today is Sagittarius new moon. Sagittarius new moon invites us to welcome a new beginning in our lives, a new chapter. And it's also calling us to be prepared, like spend this time in slowing down to prepare our vessel, our human body, to expand. So that means thunderbolt, lightning, change. And because like the how the thunders and lightnings work, when the lightning comes, everything brightens in the night, right? If there's a thunder, everyone is shocked, everyone pauses because it's just a loud thunder. So that's how it is, like how you expand, and like how do you grow as a person? How do you want to be in the future? Are you happy right now? Are you happy right now? No? Yes? Contented? Satisfied? No? Nah? Wheel of Fortune, see? Wheel of Fortune. That's a major arcana right there, right? Wheel of Fortune, that's a change of fate. That's like change of fate. And this is like, you have here, you have the angels and demons. Angels and demons around you have there. So it's showing me like, because I see snake. See, there's a snake. Snake. And this year is a year of snake. And next year will be the year of the horse. And when we say like snake, it's shedding, right? So there must be some shedding of you this year to welcome the best you, a better you for 2026. Okay? So this is like teaching you, this is like a message for you to, like to welcome the abundance and miracles of the year of the horse. Because year of the horse, that's like, to me, it's like how the horse behave. Like they're free, free spirited, and free spirited to the point of distractions. There's free spirited to the point of distractions, but not like, if you have balance, you just have fun with life. I mean, have fun with life. Oh, judgment in reverse. So it's like, you don't have to judge yourself. You don't have to judge yourself in in this change. Okay? Like it's easy for us to judge ourselves because it's a tendency, right? It's easy for us to judge someone because they're different. Just because they're eccentric and unique, it's easy for us to say, oh, that's witchery or that's demonic. Although it's not really demonic, right? And like, for example, in this case, like today we're filming, and most of the people who knows me, they won't expect me reading tarot. I mean, they wouldn't expect me reading tarot. How can someone like her become a tarot reader and a spiritualist? And how can, like, it's like I already faced that one. Like, I know deep within them, they're asking themselves, like, how come? How come I can read tarot and all? Well, when 10 years ago in 20s, I was a business entrepreneur woman. I was so into my goals, okay? I was this woman who would be like someone who would proceed masters and doctor's degree. And then here I am. And I'm fine with it. Judgments? Yeah, they have judgments, but do I mind? No, I mean, I respect their opinions about me, and there's nothing wrong with that. So there's nothing wrong with receiving their opinion, but also telling myself like, oh, is this true? about me, or this is just their false opinions, false assumptions, because that's what they see, right? That's what they want to see, that's what they want to hear about me. Okay, it's none of my control. So that also means that I have to be comfortable with being abandoned. I mean, like being able to feel free to be judged. Like judge my work. Like judge my work. Yeah, judge my work. Okay. Like you can judge my work. Strokes of desire, by the way. But the wheel of fortune is there. I mean, the change is there. Okay. So what else do we need to know, Spirit Team? The world. These are major arcanas right there. 21. The world. Yeah, and the world. It's like people will see me on the internet. Okay. People will see me on the internet and say, oh, why is she doing this? Why is she doing this reading? And why is she doing with this tarot reading? So this is evil. This is, like I will have a lot of judgments. So, but I don't mind. Why? Because, well, that's their opinion about me. That's not my business. My business is to be real. Okay? I'm pulled to do this. This is not like, oh, I want to do tarot because it looks so cool. And because I've seen a lot of YouTubers and TikTokers who shared tarot, so I like to do something like that too. It started that way, yeah. Like, oh, cool. But I didn't buy tarot. Like, it was like entertainment purpose for me, like podcast. But then later on, as I move forward with the shadow work and all this magical stuff happening the next few months, actually years, okay? 3 years, actually, to be exact. Like 2 to 3 years. Now, I'm full of cards. I have my oracle deck and I have my tarot card. I have my handmade oracle cards and cards here, little things and all. So, but I'm fine. Okay? So same with you. Same with you. Like, is there something that is calling you to do that is so outrageous, 10:55 in the time? Like, is there something, maybe like, let's say, you are, your family is a family of singers, okay? But then deep inside you, you want to be like Yoko Ono, performative artist. And then the inner desire from you that you want to express that Yoko Ono in you. And you know Yoko Ono. You know Yoko Ono, right? If you just search on YouTube, search about her, and you will see. And this is not a making fun of her or what, but this is her expression. But not everyone has a tea. And her art is not everyone's cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? So there's like Yoko Ono in you. And I know it's weird analogy, it's a weird example, but bear with me. So just to give you an example of how it is, like the illusion of the real, okay? The reality is you have this Yoko Ono inside you and it's begging to be expressed. Can you express that? Okay? Or would you rather embrace your illusion of being this prudent, master's degree, post-grad, or whatever, like image that you built for yourself because it's comfortable that way, right? It's comfortable. But there's a calling for a big shift. Why? Because 2025 is about shedding. That means we're now at the last quarter. The last quarter of the year of the snake. We are the last quarter of the shedding. What is that last? What would be your last shedding before this year ends? What will be your last shedding? Okay. What will be your last, like, what will be, is there still some regrets? Is there, like, how has 2025 for you? How has 2025 been for you? Like, were you embracing illusion? Were you embracing the real? Or, because by next year, as soon as we welcome 2026, it's now calling us to expand. So now this is like preparation for that expansion. Are you ready to do it? This is like God's call. This is like God's call for you to find a better place for you, find a better path for you, find a better job for you, find a better partner for you. This is God's call, redirection. That's why everything is collapsing. Everything is not working. Everything's not moving to how you want it. But instead of looking at it as a destruction, as, like, this is, yeah, it's painful. It's painful, it's unbearable, but this is illusion. What you are now about to enter is the real thing. Do you get me? Do you understand me? Like, this is the real thing. Are you willing to receive the real thing? Are you willing to receive the real thing? Even if it means being the bad guy, even if it means to be the black sheep, the outcast of the society. Because you're being real to yourself. This is your belief. This is not someone's ideology. This is not your parents' insecurities. You're now living. You want to live according to your own terms, according to your own real expression. Do you get what I'm saying? Excuse me. So, if this message resonates with you, let me know in your comments, and like it, like the streaming, like the video. And before anything else, I hope that I hope this message resonates with you, and I hope that everything has been clear. And before I go, I like to invite you again to my book, to get a copy of my book, Strokes of Desire, which will come on December 31 across ebookstores worldwide. And yeah, this is a byproduct. This is my shadow work. Okay, this is my shedding. So if you get a copy of my book and read it, you're reading my pain. You're reading my embarrassment. You're reading my dark chapter, you could say. And I'm not ashamed, because my work has to be something that I feel embarrassed and shameful about. Because if it's not shameful, embarrassing enough, where's the growth? It's not about exposing myself to my detriment. It's exposing myself in which I know will be helpful for the people who are going through the same hell as I did. And because of that, this effort, is it just, because I like to publish a book, because I'm a publisher, I have to publish a book? No, this is a shadow work. This is my real, from the illusion, because I lived my 20s with illusion. My illusion was, I was this top-notch valedictorian image, and being this, the business, I have this aura of CEO, boss, but deep inside me, get a copy of my book. If you want to get to know me in a deeper sense, you can visit my website, mgaspari.substack.com. So if you like to go and know me better, so you can go to this website, okay, and know more about me. So I hope that you can get out of this illusion, okay? I hope that you can get out of this illusion and embrace the real, and let not fear control you. Allow it to sit in the passenger seat, but not allowing it to drive the car for you anymore. Okay? And this is not just for your sake, but for the people around you. Okay? For the people around you that mean to you, that you love and care for real. Okay? real, not because they gave me or whatever. You know, like, oh, utang ng loob in Filipino, like you owe them something. No, okay? And let not the disillusionment stray you away from what it means to love someone, from true love, what true love actually means. Okay? So if you like this message, if this message resonates with you, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, share, and I hope that you will get a copy of my book and visit my website, substack.com, mgaspari.substack.com rather. And I'll see you in the next one. I love you and care for you as much as I care and love myself. So I hope that you will have a nice day and see you in the next one. Cheers.